Gonna cut it this time around. So this is gonna be the Mi A2 review. Let's quickly get started. This year, Xiaomi launched the Mi A2 and the Mi A2 Lite in global markets. The Mi A2 Lite is not expected to launch in India, and while pricing for the Mi A2 starts anywhere from 20,000 rupees in the European market, we expect it to go on sale for anywhere between the 17 to 18,000 rupee price bracket. We'll leave the exact prices and details in the description below. Now, as far as design is concerned, not a lot is changed in the Mi A2 over the Mi A1. It's got a familiar design, which is really comfortable to hold either with one hand if you have slightly bigger hands, or with both hands if you'd like to use the phone comfortably. It does have rounded edges, and the display as well has rounded edges. It is a wide screen display, but you're missing any kind of notch, which reduces the screen to body ratio considerably. The display is a 5.99 inch display with a 2160 by 1080 pixel resolution. It is an LTPS IPS LCD display, and while color and brightness is pretty good on the device, we do feel that viewing angles could have been slightly better. Although we're just nitpicking here, and the display in itself is pretty impressive. It works really well indoors as well as outdoors, and it does have Gorilla Glass on it. Even though the company has not confirmed it, we believe it's Gorilla Glass 3. Now, just like the Mi A1, the Mi A2 runs stock Android with Android 8 out of the bat. The only customization on the device is the camera application, which may turn out to be a good thing, and we'll discuss that more when we talk about the camera. There are a few other Xiaomi applications, including Mi Drop, a file manager, and also the Mi Remote. You also have the Mi Store preloaded onto this device. I'm not too sure why that was done, and you can't really uninstall it as well. The phone is missing an FM radio if that's something that you guys wanted. The device is lacking an FM radio, and it may be a disappointment to certain people, but personally I never used the FM radio on a smartphone, so I didn't mind it that much. You also miss out on certain customizations that Xiaomi does offer with their MIUI, so you don't get the ability to duplicate apps, and you don't get certain other customizations that are available for Xiaomi devices. Of course, there are third-party applications that allow you to do some of those things, but you don't have several customizations that you would have gotten on a Xiaomi device, which again, you can look at it as a positive or a negative depending on how you intend on using this device. You do have a reading mode or a night mode on this. It's called Night Light. It allows you to turn the blue light filter off and get a slightly better viewing experience at night, helping your brain to let you fall asleep slightly more easier than if you're constantly looking at blue light. Now, one of the biggest changes on the device is the placement of the cameras and how the cameras perform. Now, I've already mentioned that the camera app is the Xiaomi camera app, which is quite extensive, allows for several shooting options, including HDR photography, lots of filters and customizations before you take the shot. You also have a full pro mode allowing you lots of control over your photography. But honestly, most of you guys are going to be clicking pictures in low light, which should turn out to be great. Good amounts of sharpness, good amount of detail, even in low light environments. You will also get really good portrait shots with the back camera as well as with the front camera. Edge detection is on point. You get a good amount of bokeh and good amount of sharpness as well. There is improvement over the Mi A1 as far as edge detection is concerned. Video recording capabilities are capped at 4K this time around, and you do get 30 frames per second and not 60 if you're expecting that for some weird reason. You're not going to get 60 FPS 4K video. The front-facing camera does have a selfie LED flash, and a 20 megapixel sensor on the front allows for really good quality front-facing shots as well. You do also have the beauty mode and several shooting options. Again, pretty standard with Xiaomi applications. Overall image quality is pretty impressive. The rear does get a dual camera setup. One is a 12 megapixel f1.8 sensor with a 1.25 micron pixel size, and the other is a 20 megapixel f1.8 sensor with a 1 micron pixel size. In combination, these sensors work really great, and they allow for really good quality images, especially in low light environments. You'll find that the camera does justice to the amount of pictures that you can click. Now, Now, performance-wise, also the Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 beats Mi A1 by almost a double in terms of a performance jump. You will see improved performance. You also get the Adreno 512 GPU, so improved gaming as well as improved day-to-day performance. We did find benchmark scores as well to be double, and overall day-to-day performance issues, there's no lag thanks to there being a stock version of Android, and good optimization with the Snapdragon 660 chipset will allow you to smoothly use this device for long periods of time. Now, if you can, I would recommend getting the 6GB variant of the phone, even though 4GB is enough on this device. But if you want this device to last you a long time, I would recommend getting the 6GB variant with newer versions of Android coming out and more features and games coming out later on. The extra RAM will not hurt in the long run. Now, phone call capability is solid. The device is unlocked and can be used in any region. I did get a lot of questions regarding this. The phone is completely unlocked and you can use it anywhere in the world if you want, as long as it supports the LTE frequency in your region. Now, battery life is somewhat of a hit and miss. It is a 3000 mAh battery and it does support fast charging, but in certain days we got 5 hours of screen on time, and in certain days we got 3.5 hours of screen on time. So the battery life will vary in terms of what your usage is. I've spoken to other people who have the Mi A2 review unit and they've got upwards of 6.5 to 7 hours of screen on time on the Mi A2. So maybe the kind of usage that you will have will allow you to get different kinds of screen on time. With us, we've really run this device through its paces, really pushed it and tested it, and we've got anywhere on an average 5 hours of screen on time on this device. The phone in India will support Quick Charge 4.0, which will allow you to really quickly charge up the device. The charger that we got inside the box is not a Quick Charge 4 charger, so you will need to buy that ex-party, and you will need to figure it out once you've bought the device. The phone is also expected to launch in a few colors in India. We've got the black here. The black, according to me, is really nice, really stealthy. The back does not show the logos as big, and it's a really clean looking device, really good interface. It's really well handleable. It does include a protection case inside the box, and I wish that it did have a screen protector on there, which it doesn't, but hopefully screen protectors will be readily available by the time the phone comes to your house. All in all, a really good package from Xiaomi. If it does launch in our expected 17 to 18,000 rupee price bracket, it is a good upgrade. If you bought the Mi A1 and you want to buy the Mi A2, it is a good upgrade and you can easily upgrade to this phone. Now, if you're looking for something slightly more powerful with a little bit of customization on the device, there is the Honor Play that came out for a price of 19,999 a few days back. We've reviewed it. I'll leave a link to the review of that phone in here as well. That device comes with the Kirin 970 chipset, which is the company's flagship chipset, somewhat in comparison to the 845. Of course, it's missing certain features, has the neural processing engine, certain other things, but I do recommend checking out the full review of the Honor Play if you're looking for something more powerful, but it is slightly more pricier than what I expect the price of the Mi A2 to be. But if the Mi A2 also launches in this same price segment, then the Honor Play will definitely take a good chunk away from the Mi A2.